So what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm just going to go over for people who are wanting to review how to do powers of the imaginary unit. This is not going to be very difficult at all. We went over this on Friday. If you look at this number 17, all you do is do 17 divided by 4. So you go to your calculator, do 17 divided by 4. You get 4.25. So you get 4.25. You look at the remainder. All right, so here's the pattern. I will always be a remainder of 0.25. Okay, I squared, which is equal to -1, will be a remainder of 0.50. I cubed, which is -I, will always be a remainder of 0.75. And I to the power of 4, which is equal to 1, will always have a remainder of 0. So right now we have 0.25. That means we're right here at I. So it's answer choice B. Okay. So that's all you guys have to do on that one. I'm going to go to manage assignments. Go right back up there. So right here we have I to the power of 15. What are you going to do? You're going to do 15 and then divided by 4. You get 0.75. What did I say was 0.75? -I. So I'm just going to go -I. Okay. Next question. It says I to the power of 36. Well, is that divisible by 4? Absolutely. So I know it's going to be the number 1. I to the power of 54. Just go 54 divided by 4. You get 0.5. And if we look at our 0.5, that's going to be I squared, which is -1. And that's what you do. Okay? So what do you need to have in your journals? You need to have this concept of this is the square root of -1, but these are your remainders. So your remainders are 0.25, 0.5, 0.570, and then you got a remainder of 0. And that goes with your answers of I, -1, I squared, sorry, not -I, and +1. Okay? Now on this one, it says, what is the real part? The real part is -91. What's the imaginary part? 14.6. So what do you type in? The real part is -91. And what's the imaginary part? 14.6. On this one, what's our real part? The 77. What's the imaginary part? The -27. Okay? So the real part is this, and the imaginary is that. What's the real? 6. What's the imaginary? -3. Okay. What's the real part, everybody? -112. What's the imaginary? -55. Okay. So let's classify this. This is where it got a little bit tricky, okay? On this one, it says, what type of number is -277i? Does that fit in the pure imaginary number? Yes, so it is pure imaginary. But we could also say this is 0 minus 277i. So we could also say that is complex. There's no I? Oh, I thought it was a question mark. My apologies, it's a question mark. So my apologies, I messed up on that one. This is a real number. It's -277, but we could say plus 0i. So we're going to choose real and complex. I thought that was an I, but that's actually a question mark. I need to go get my eyes checked. All right. Now this one is just purely complex because it's got a real number and an imaginary number. So that's purely complex. If you thought you heard a walrus in the background, that was not a walrus. That was just one of my students who just looks like a walrus. All right. I mean, sounds like a walrus. My apologies. All right. So this right here, 0 plus 643i. That's a real number. That's an imaginary number. So it's a complex and imaginary. All right. This one is a real number, but it's also considered to be a complex number because you could put plus 0i at the end. We're going to call it real and complex. There you go. Now, plotting numbers is super easy. It says plot 5 in the complex plane. Well, guess what? We're going to plot 5 right there because it's a real number and it's right there at 5. This says plot 8i in the complex plane. Here's the imaginary. Boom, there's 8i. Now that says plot -2 in the complex plane. -2. Let me go back. That was just too easy. You're like, why did you even give us these assignments? Because I'm trying to boost your grade. I mean, I'm trying to make your grade go higher. Okay? Not classify, sorry. I want to plot. All right, let's do. I want at least one hard one. Okay, finally. 3 minus 7i. So what do we have to do? 3 in the positive, -7 on the imaginary axis. Boom. That's 3 minus 7i. Finally. 9i. 1. 1 plus 5i. 1 plus 5i. Boom. That's how easy it is. All right? So that's all you guys got to do. Have a wonderful day. The quiz is just more of these. And you get like 500s in a row. Okay? Have a good day.